And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Thursday, January 2nd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. It is a Thursday morning. It's still dry out there and the wind blowing, but good morning to you. We welcome you to our program. A couple of days off here for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and we are all set and rip ready, raring to go here this morning for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon, the dealer and trade for anything you don't eat. My two regulars, we're going to start calling y'all Old Faithful, I guess. Paul Tubbs and Ronnie Kelly. They're both here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sure, Paul, being the football fan you are, you've enjoyed some football since we last talked.
I have a ritual. I have to break my New Year's in every year and play golf. So you say you're supposed to do whatever you're going to do all year long, so I play golf on New Year's Day, but I watched football afterwards. So
you played golf yesterday.
Yeah, I did. With one of your ex-employees' husband, Mr. Dave Smith, was with us, and so we. Matter of fact, Miss Smith told me to tell you hello last time I seen her.
Oh, hello, Joe. I'm wondering, Dave's a pretty good golfer, and I understand you are too.
Nah, not too good.
Did he beat you?
No, not quite.
But you do love sports, but especially football. And,
I do.
You love to play golf.
Yeah.
And you love to be the dealer operations manager at Bates Ford.
I love Bates Ford. We got some great things going on there. Got some great deals. Had some good trade-ins. Actually, a friend of mine that worked at Ford with my dad, his wife's traded in a real nice 12 Edge. We got white Edge, one owner. We got some great trades. People before the end of the year came in, a lot of businesses and people trying to get tax savings and things like that. So we've got some really good trades and some good vehicles, some low price F-150s. We got a couple of Edges. So we got a nice selection of vehicles towards the end of the year.
Starting the new year right then.
Yeah.
You ended it right, and you got some that some people are going to really want. You mentioned F-150.
Mm-hmm. We've got a couple of. The vehicle you hardly find is the cheaper F-150s between the, $12,000 to $20,000 range. We've got three of them. Actually, we sold one, so we got two now. But we've got a lot of great trades.
Yeah. Well, Ronnie, you have a good day, the 30th and 31st?
Yes, had a great day. And like Paul was saying on the F-150 right now, we still have some great rebates on those trucks and also 0% for 72 months. And you need to come and check those vehicles out while they last because they're going real quick. And so what we need to do, if you want to come on down and check them out, we also have Rangers that's selling real good right now, and we got some great rebates on those, and a lot of our used cars, as Paul was speaking of, we got some great deals.
Anything as far as rebates or specials or whatever change January 1st?
It will change, and we'll see those changes normally change on the 1st to the 2nd. So right now they're still holding the same, and I know that the 0% is still on the trucks, but it's something else could come out.
Well, I want to know something else too. When you and Paul talk, do you talk more cars and trucks, or you talk more golf?
I'm more cars and trucks, but
has he got you on the golf course?
I have played a little golf every now and then, but that's only when the Ford, they used to do some things. We go out there and play a little bit when 4 or 5 guys play together, but I'm kind of don't play a lot, When I play 9 holes, I'm done,
9 holes, you just got started.
That's
Paul.
it. We're making the turn, getting ready to go to the back.
Well, we talk about a lot of things here in the 5 or 6 minutes each Thursday, but one of the things that you've mentioned several times here lately is tires, and you do have tires.
We do. We've got that, there's a $140 rebate right now. You get $70 when you buy a set of tires on select brands, and also there's an additional $70. Ford has what they call a Ford service card. It's a great deal. It's kind of like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. It's a zero interest card that you can just use with us or at any Ford dealer. And let's say I told a customer the other day, they were like, well, this would be good to take on vacation because say something happened, I was in Florida or something. But you can use it for Ford service, and if you use the card, you get an additional $70. So you get $70 from Ford a rebate. Then when you use the card, you get an additional $70. So you'll buy a set of tires and get $140 back.
And if you don't have that card, you can get one before you buy the tires.
Yeah, it takes 2 minutes to sign up for it. It's actually a really good deal.
Yes.
Well, let's see. You'd be making $35 a minute then.
Yeah, that's it.
That certainly makes sense. It's a great incentive too.
Right.
$170 off a set of tires.
140, 70,
I'm sorry.
70 from Ford, and then additional 70 on the card.
My arithmetic's wrong this morning. 140, 70 plus 7. Well, it's a good thing you might want to check out, and of course. You do offer service after the sale.
We do. We got the Works vehicle package. It's oil change, tire rotation for $49.95, and of course, always, as I say, we got the cheapest oil change in town, $28.95 for up to 5 quarts. So we got a multitude of service stuff. Like I said, we always give you an inspection report when we work on your vehicle. Check your brakes, tires, batteries. So it's not like we're coming in just giving you a quick oil change. We actually want to make sure your vehicle's roadworthy and everything's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, Ronnie, I know you're wanting to start the year off right, and today is the first work day of 2020 for you, so you're expecting some of your friends to come see you, no doubt.
Yes, and got one customer coming in this morning to deliver a vehicle. So, and I got 2 more that I'm thinking about and hope it'll work out.
He's thinking ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell all of our customers and people that I really appreciate. We had a really great 2019, and Mr. Bates is proud of what we've done, and we look forward to 2020. But 2019 was a very successful for our dealership, and we wouldn't happen without the community and Mr. Bates doing what he does for us, and the people supporting us. So that that really means a lot.
Right. Well, thank you all for being with us today. Let's do it again next Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. Paul Tubbs, he's the dealer operations manager. Ronnie Kelly's in sales and been there for 32, maybe 33 years. At Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, the dealer that'll trade for anything that don't eat. I have invited City Councilman Tick Bryan to come and be with us this morning. He is here. And Tick, good morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And all that stuff.
All right. I was thinking about you this morning. I want us to talk some about the city, but it doesn't have to all be like that.
Okay.
In fact, my wife found something on Facebook last night. She says, did you know Tick used to have a band and she was playing something? So they sound good. They should have recorded. I said, well, he did make one recording.
Yeah, my infamous recording. Well, if you remember, and she may not remember this either, but I have a video of this. Do you remember when the Kiwanis Club had their 60th, their 50th anniversary party or something?
Something at the country
At
club.
the country club, and my band played out there.
I don't remember what it was, but it was Kiwanis, and it was at the country club, and you were there.
Yeah, and my dad videoed it, and I have that on video. I may post that on YouTube or Facebook or something, but yeah, I played for Charlie Bandy for a while, and we shot that video down at Lebanon Cablevision, when Jack Hendrickson owned it, and Blake and all that bunch. And we recorded the audio portion at my house, at my mom and dad's house. I had a little 4-track demo studio over there, and we recorded all the audio there, and they played it on Cablevision for a long time. But we used that as a promotional tool. That's back when MTV and everything was big, and everybody had to have a video, so we found a real cheap way of making a music video, and it went over really good. And most people, when they watched that video, they thought we were actually doing it live. But we did it lip synced it to the recording. That was us on the recording, of course, and we had a lot of fun doing it. Got a lot of gigs out of that too. We played all over the country.
Well, did you at one time think of a career in music, being a professional musician?
Yeah, I did that.
You were somewhat of a professional.
Yes, I was for about 10 years. We, my family, my dad and my 2 brothers bought the Wilson World newspaper, in 1981. But I had been into music since high school. I had a band in high school. and we played all over. And then I got out of college, and we bought the newspaper. I did that for about 3 years, and I sold my third to Troy Putman, and then I went on the road playing. And then I got hooked up with Charlie Bandy. I played for Narvel Felts, Bobby G. Rice, Kenny Price. You remember Kenny Price on Hee Haw? And did that for years. But the goal was to write songs and make records. And I did make one that you're familiar with. But did a lot of demos. I had my own demo studio, and we were pushing songs and things like that. And ended up playing up in Flint, Michigan, and I met Mark Farner up there. I don't know if you know who he is, but you remember Grand Funk Railroad? Yeah. I met him up there. We were up there recording, and a super nice guy. But after that, it looked to me like, I wasn't going to play in these dumps and dives. We did play in a lot of nice places. We played concerts and everything, but, just like every traveling musician, you have your peaks and valleys, and mine started to be more in the valley than it was the peak. So not long after that, my son was born, and I remember Harry Chapin? Yeah. He did that song, Cats in the Cradle, and when I heard that song back then, when I was still in high school, I thought, if I ever have a son, he's not going to be like Harry Chapin's son. He's not going to grow up without his dad. So that's when I still played music, off and on, all the time, when he was growing up and stuff. But I wanted to be there for my son. I didn't want to be on the road. That just doesn't work out. If you're going to be a musician, you don't need to be married. You don't need to have kids or anything, because it takes so much time, and we were going all the time too.
Well, I didn't realize you'd had that much of a music career. Listen, we need to go to a break, but before we do, and I do want to talk a little bit about the city when we come back, but there's two people I want to mention this morning.
Okay.
I ran into Ada Bidget the other day, and she was saying how she listens all the time. Wonderful lady, and we appreciate her listening. And another lady that I understand listens all the time, too, is Ann Floyd.
Oh, yeah. I know. She taught my, Yeah, I did a lot of work for Miss Floyd, sure did, at her house.
Well, anyway, we'll take a break right here. We come back, we instead of musician, we'll talk to Councilman Tig Bryan here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand. Bought 2-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still working with that crash there on Nolensville Pike at Berkey Road that happened earlier there in South Nashville. And still out here on the scene of that 18-wheeler crash in Wilson County. It's 40 eastbound near 840. Again, that's 40 eastbound at 840 here in Wilson County. Moving a minor wreck 24 eastbound just past Haywood Lane. Be sure to ride the aerial tramway this weekend at Obergatlinburg. That's obergatlinburg.com for all the details. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
It's a new day at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership at the same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. It's a new day at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Coleman and Company, it is the 2nd of January here on a Thursday morning. Tig Bryan, who represents one of the wards, is it Ward 5?
Ward 5.
Ward 5, City 11. And I guess we talked a little bit about what's going on. What do you get a lot of calls from people in your ward?
I get a few, but usually it's about something that is rumored or wrong information, misinformation. There's, somebody can get something started on Facebook, or they'll read something in the paper that's not exactly right, and everybody gets all whipped up. And after I talk to them and explain the facts, the real facts, then they're good with it, and that's usually the case, no matter what it is. And, very few times we even agree to disagree because, like I say, once you know the facts, and there's a lot of non-factual stuff floating around about any subject, that concerns the city. And my recommendation to anybody would be, don't get on Facebook and gossip about it and opinionate about it. Call your alderman and find out what the facts are.
We had and I guess a lot of people realize this, is they might have paid their taxes at the end of December, or will by the end of February. A pretty healthy tax increase for this fiscal year. Have you caught a lot of flack about that?
No, I haven't, but that's something else that people need to do a little research on and understand. And you may not know this, but I think it was in 1992 or 93, our tax rate, which is now 60-something cents, back then in the early 90s, it was 78 cents, around 70-something cents. Well, when I took office in 2012, it had been reduced to about 35 cents. Now, why did that happen?
Because we had reappraisal of property.
Yeah. Your taxes are based on the value of your property, correct?
Yeah.
And the tax rate at that time was 70-some-odd cents. Our city fathers, every time the appraisal would come around, in order to keep people from paying more taxes based on their value of their property, they would lower the rate. So over all those years, the rate was being lowered, less taxes were coming in. The population was increasing. We needed more police, more fire, more sewer, more everything, but yet we were getting less income, less revenue, because the rate was being decreased. Now, based on that, if the rate continued to decrease, and the value of your home keeps going up, and more people keep coming in, how does that work? That's what I want to know. If the rate had never been touched, we wouldn't have people wouldn't be thinking that they're getting a tax increase.
Now, Tick, it's my understanding that a reappraisal cannot generate more tax revenue. That you've either got to by law you've got to go back to what it was. Then, if you want to raise taxes, that you do that. Am I not right?
I don't know that that's right, because
that's what I've been told.
Yeah, I would never agree to doing that. I don't know why that would be even implemented. I mean, if that's the way it is, I don't agree with that, because if you keep your tax rate the same, you'll never have to worry about your tax revenue. And that's the situation we got in, and we only have three. Here's another thing a lot of people don't understand. We only have three sources of revenue in the city. That's property taxes, sales taxes, and fees. It's a balancing act. We're not always going to have the economy we have right now. When building goes down, there goes your fees. There goes your sewer tap fees, because people aren't building. Everything drops. Well, all you're basing it on then is sales tax, which it drops too, because people don't buy like they did when the times are good.
That's true.
And then all you're basing most of your revenue on at that point is property tax. Yeah. That's why I am not, a fan of adjusting the rate. When you go to adjusting the rate, I think you're cutting your own throat.
Well, anyway, we had there were some who were saying too that we don't know how much how much in a year or two we might have quite a bit more revenue than we're having right now, and they were wanting to wait and see. Mm-hmm. I think a couple of them, maybe on the council, even felt that way.
Well, waiting and see. We can always wait and see, but I'm not one to piddle around. If we need the revenue, then we need to do something about it, and we cannot always rely on sales tax and fees. We need to have a set tax rate and leave it alone, and that way we'll never have to. People won't be talking about, you raised my taxes. Well, actually, you raised your taxes, because the value of your property went up.
Yeah.
If you have a percentage, say 10%, and your value is based on just like a commission. Say a salesman is getting 10% commission on his sales. Well, if they keep dropping his commission and his sales keep going up, does that sound fair? Does that sound like he's going to be making the income that he had been making?
I understand your point.
Yeah, it's I just never have understood that, and if that is a law of some kind, that's screwy, in my opinion.
Well, the whole thing is designed to. What I understand about it is that a reappraisal can't cost you more in tax revenue and the taxing body then has to raise, if they want it to be whatever it would have been had they not have to lower it back, then they can raise it that much, but it's up to them to do that.
Right.
And that happens a lot of times.
Yeah, it does, and it's happened for years.
Then you blame it on the reappraisal.
Right. But let me tell you, as well as I do, the state reappraisal, their appraisal is nowhere near what the value of your home is. I own several, and they're never close to what. Now, I can tell you something else, and I remember this. It's only happened once that I can remember in my lifetime that the appraisals were low. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. They dropped, and then what was everybody doing? They were complaining that their homes or their properties weren't worth what they were. Oh no, we're in the hole. We can't sell our house now because our house isn't worth it. Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Is my answer to that.
Well, let's talk about something else here.
Okay.
I don't, what your part of town? What's going on there?
Well, since 2012, we've been working on the silent crossings, and there have been two that have been implemented. We're working on Hartman Drive, Babb Drive, and then Hidden Acres. But we had the money appropriated. We still have the money appropriated. It's still going forward, but we hit a snag when the railroad line was sold. See?
Oh.
And it was sold to R.J. Coleman. They own the railroad now. So, and we've always had a good relationship with the railroad. We always have. They're working on a couple of things now, a couple of intersections that really need work. I hit one of them the other day, as a matter of fact, and they're going to maintain those areas. They're going to upgrade.
Where's the one you hit?
I think it was over there on South Cumberland. I thought I'd, hit a pothole or something, but, the railroad, that's their railroad, and they're going to, and sometimes we help fund that, the repair and things. But one good thing about the silent crossings is that we have got more funding from other sources. I think the state is going to pay for some of that, and it's not going to cost us as much as we thought it was. So that's a good thing. But I'm looking forward to when. But it's in the design phase, and they're working on it, But it's going to be a wonderful thing.
What about the purchase of the Mitchell House?
Well, that was a excellent deal. If I'd had the credit, I'd have bought it, for that price. But it a lot of it has to do with keeping, our city location protected too. Anybody could have bought that, and I don't know what they could have put in there, but that building was in excellent condition. When Cracker Barrel had it, they totally refurbed it, and I have worked a lot of receptions and things in that building, and I've toured that building many times, and it's in really good shape.
Well, you appropriate a little money to redesign, I guess, to make it functional for the city.
Yeah, it had a lot of that already in place, but of course they're redoing the floors, and anytime you, especially nowadays, when you're taking estimates on any kind of construction or anything for that matter to roof my house, But there's always going to be some remodeling that needs to be done. But that was a great investment for the city, and that building is worth way more than what we paid for it.
All right, we got 15 seconds. Anything you want to say before you leave?
I just want to say Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to 2020, and if there's anything anybody needs, call Coleman.
And I'll refer you to... Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, bud.
Dick Bryan from the Lebanon City Council, and that's part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:30. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day, up to 30 days after the sale. There'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still tied up a bit from that 18-wheeler crash in Wilson County right now on 40 eastbound near 840. It looks like they're going to remain on the scene out here for quite a while. Again, that's 40 eastbound at 840 in Wilson County. Traffic still moving right along at this point. 65 south down past Trinity Lane. Be sure to ride the aerial tramway this weekend at Oberg-Gatlinburg. Check out the details at obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Middle Tennessee's only synchronized drive-through light show, the Dancing Lights of Christmas, is back for our 10th season. And to celebrate, we have a gift just for you. Not only did we add to our existing 2 million lights dancing to some rockin' Christmas tunes over a 2-mile route, now for the first time ever, kids' activities in Santa's Village are included in the per-car admission. Pony rides, train rides, inflatables, petting zoo, and so much more, all included. The Dancing Lights of Christmas at the Wilson County Fairgrounds open every night through January 4th. Like us on Facebook and visit our webpage, thedancinglightsofchristmas.com, for all the details.
It's all about taking care of you, and THW Insurance will do just that. Are you looking for home or auto insurance? THW represents Westfield Insurance and other fine companies. Together, we will protect you and your family. Call Carl Ragland at 615-443-6530 or stop in and see him at the Wilson Bank and Trust Providence location in Mount Juliet.
The Titans are in the playoffs. This Saturday night, the Titans travel to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots. Titans Countdown happens at 6. Then kickoff of Titans and Patriots with voice of the Titans Mike Keith and Coach Dave McGinnis begins at 7:15.
Brought to you by Absolute Kubota Exmark, Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, Steamwell Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Why settle for an ordinary mower when you can have an Exmark zero-radius turn mowers that have been beautifying landscapes for more than 3 decades? Take advantage of Exmark's Triple Play sales event. Buy now and you'll pay no interest till March. No payment till April, plus $1,000 off all Radius X and S models. Buy now and restart your warranty till April 2020. Top landscape pros purchase Exmark 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main in Lebanon or visit them online at www.absolutekubota.com.
It will be a rainy second day of the year here in Middle Tennessee. We'll see showers sticking around through the afternoon with highs topping out in the mid-50s. As we head into this evening, I'm afraid we'll keep the wet weather around. That cloud cover will keep lows in the lower 40s during the overnight. Sunshine returns by the weekend. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
Well, a good morning and welcome to part 2 of Coleman and Company here on January the 2nd. It is a Thursday. Thursdays at this time we talk about the Pavilion Senior Living here in Lebanon. Heather Sadler is the marketing director. Heather's on the phone this morning and gonna tell us what's going on. Good morning.
Well, my weather bug, Sophie, just went outside to come in and tell me that it's raining.
Oh.
That's what I know is going on.
Well, we have been forewarned. We got to say that. That's all we've heard for 2 or 3 days is how much rain's going to fall today and tonight and maybe in the morning. But life goes on, and we gotta go rain or shine. So, how are things at the pavilion?
They're going great at the pavilion. Of course, we are adding 14 new rooms, and so rain or shine, we're just in the inspection stage, so that's not going to stop us at all from moving forward. We are now leasing those up. I think I've got 4 of them leased at this very moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 10 more to lease, and of course we're offering $500 off for 6 months, which is a $3,000 savings if they come and put a deposit down before the end of January. So we're working on getting those leased up. Of course, right after the holidays is when our phones start ringing. And I was actually out to eat dinner the other night, and somebody looked at me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I've got inquiries from people that are online right now looking for assisted living because they've been at home for the holidays." I mean, it's like, that's what the website's there for.
Mm-hmm.
Is if you want to go and read and put your name in there, we'll call you back, we'll talk to you. And so, you can do that in the middle of the night, or you can do it 8 to 5, whatever, and we'll follow up with you for sure.
Well, somebody might come in and put that deposit down and save the $500 a month for 6 months, but when can they expect to, when's this probably going to be completed and you have residents start moving in?
We're looking at February right now.
We're that close.
We're just finishing up in February. Mm-hmm. So just right around the corner. I don't know if it's February 1st or February, 13th, but we're looking at it's before the 15th, so it's the 1st of February.
Okay.
So we're waiting on inspections is what we're waiting on. We had to move a sprinkler head 1 feet to the left. That was the last inspection. I got update, so just this final little punch list kind of thing is where we're at.
Well, you're nearly there then. I didn't know you were that near completion, but that's good to hear. Are you going to have another big ribbon cutting and grand opening ceremony?
We are. We're going to look and do that kind of in March.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we were just wanting to make sure everything looks nice and it's pretty and we're ready. So we're looking at doing that in March.
Well, that's all good to know too. But you'll of course have a few people, maybe half full by the time you have your grand opening, and that'll be nice too. And you do that like you did the last one, and half of Lebanon turns out for it. You did have a good crowd. I'm exaggerating a little bit.
They just want to see what's going on, and I don't blame them at all. That's what I also say. I love for any reason for anybody to walk through our doors because you don't really have a reason to walk into assisted living or skilled nursing facilities unless somebody gives you a reason. So any reason at all, I'll go to the extent of if there's a group that wants to meet, we've got space, come on, call us. We'd love to. We like for anybody to walk through our doors.
Well, you can find wealth of information at the website. You already mentioned www.thepavilionseniorliving.com. And, of course, you'll find out if you go there that not only do you have assisted living, you have memory care. And I think you do a good job with both, and both are needed.
Both are needed. And then there's also information about our skilled nursing and our long-term care, which is on that campus as well. So you can look around, and there's even information about our facility that's in Carthage. So We've got them all right there. One stop shop for look at all of our keys.
All right, and if you need to call Heather or call the Pavilion, remember the phone number is 615-444-5556. Anything else this morning?
That's it.
All right.
I got to come get our first selfie of the decade soon.
All right. Thanks for being with us today. We'll do it again next week.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Thank you. That's Heather Sadler. She's marketing director for the Pavilion Senior Living. And we didn't mention the location this morning, but it's just right north of Vanderbilt Hospital, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital here at 1409 Medical Center Drive. You'll find the Pavilion right there. We're 21 before the hour, and a little bit different format this week because yesterday was the January 1st holiday for us, for most people, and for Miss Ruth Carell as well. And she is with us this morning from the UT Extension office to make up for yesterday. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman, and happy 2020.
Yeah, happy 2020. Good to see you today. And I kind of wondered, what am I going to do? I try to have a member of the city council and it just worked out for Tick to come here. He has to take I believe it's a grandchild to school, and most of the time he's not available. But I usually get him in January and July, and that works pretty well. So I was thinking, well, who will I have after that? And then I looked at the calendar here, and I thought, well, we're going to miss UT Extension service if we don't, because I couldn't do it next Wednesday in a week later because that's when Cumberland comes now. And so, well, how about Thursday? And this is different from you.
It definitely is different, and I made it, Coleman. I actually remembered, okay? But, of course, I had to set a couple of reminders on my calendar.
Well, I thought about calling you, and I got busy and didn't, but I'm glad to see you here, and we'll pick it up. I know you always have plenty to talk about.
And Coleman, I'll tell you what, there's so many things coming up in Extension. I'm getting ready to start Master Beef, and of course I won't let everybody know about that. We are going to begin Master Beef on January the 21st. So those people that are needing to do that for the Ag Enhancement Program, of course this program is open to anybody who is a beef producer, and but Ag Enhancement, it helps them, get additional cost share if they get certified through Master Beef. Now, Master Beef is not just a one-time thing. You have to recertify every 3 years. Another thing that you have to recertify for is the beef quality assurance, okay? And I teach that as part of the Master Beef, but of course I do it every year because some people need to recertify in the beef quality assurance as well. Mm-hmm. Great topics. I've got a great list of speakers this year. My schedule is still tentative because I have a couple of speakers that I have not just pinned down yet, but we're going to be finished by the 15th of March. It will go at least one night probably every week, maybe 2 nights on some weeks. It'll be on a Tuesday or Thursday night. I'm also planning some optional classes maybe on a couple of Saturdays, okay? But they will be optional classes. Mm-hmm. Giving people also the opportunity to attend the upcoming Tennessee Cattlemen's Convention and get credit for Master Beef as well. The Tennessee Cattlemen's Convention is January the 10th and 11th at the Embassy Suites in Murfreesboro. They've got a great lineup of they call them cow colleges, topics. And they do. They bring in industry leaders, people who talk about the issues and so forth. Even Governor Lee is supposed to attend the Tennessee Cattlemen's Association and speak this year. And another thing, the current president of the National Cattlemen's Association, Jennifer Houston, is from Tennessee. And she is going to be speaking at the Tennessee Cattlemen's Association, giving an update on the National Cattlemen's Association as well. So, I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic event and coming up very soon.
This is something you maybe it's your area of expertise, beef cattle. Can we say that?
I would like to think I'm an expert, but you know what the word expert means.
Yeah. But it's again, it's pretty much your area of expertise.
Yes,
so.
That's the area that I really concentrate. Mm-hmm. That and feeding them, the forages that need to be provided for them. Yes, the production of that.
And some of this, I mean, you would probably know and do anyway. I think don't you have some cattle?
Yes, you're right. Yep. Okay. No, I don't currently have any cattle or anything, but I've been reared on a farm all my life.
Okay.
And,
yes, you've been exposed to a lot. You've been there.
That
done
is
that.
correct.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's. I think it goes without saying it's a lot easier to have a herd of beef cattle out here than it is to milk cows every day. And a lot of people have found that out.
Those people, I'll tell you what, I admire our dairymen, okay, for certain. It has to be a commitment every single day, 24/7, 365 days a year. And not only are they out there milking, they are providing food for those animals as well, okay? Yeah. So I do admire them, and they work hard.
And not that it's easy, but it is easier. You don't have to milk cows every day if you just raising beef cattle.
That is correct. It gives you opportunities to do other things. All righty, for certain. You know, a lot of our beef cattle owners have other jobs. Okay, that's not what supports them. Most of our dairymen, that's what supports them. Okay, that's their living. Mm-hmm.
Big difference there.
Yes, it sure is.
Well, anything else you want to say about that? It's about time for a break here.
Well, if just call our office or look on our website in regard to registration. We're going to start registration on January the 6th, so just look in there. We've been trying to send mail outs to everybody who has a certification that's getting ready to expire. Mm-hmm. So just give our office a call.
All right. Any questions, or if you want to know if you're about to expire, or if you've lost what was
call
sent,
the office, okay?
Right.
Somebody there can help you.
All right. Ruth Corral is with us, and we will talk more after this break on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:45. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand. By 2-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. The TXP actually remains on the scene of this crash from earlier out here involving an 18-wheeler on 40 eastbound and 840 here in Wilson County. There's been a wreck with injuries. Charlotte Pike at Whitebridge Pike. There's a lot of flashing lights at that intersection. We're looking at a crash up against a wall here on 440 westbound, right at the 65 split. Nash Painting, serving families and businesses throughout Middle Tennessee for satisfaction guaranteed interior and cabinet painting. Call Nash Painting at 615-85-PAINT. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Caring for a loved one is as natural as the weather. But just like the weather, one moment it's sunny, and the next you find yourself in the middle of a storm. So when it came time to take care of my dad, I knew I needed help. A reprieve from the storm, so to speak. That's when I found the Pavilion Senior Living. They have expertise and experience to weather the storms in your loved one's life. And now I can rest easy. Thank you, Pavilion Senior Living. You should visit thepavilionseniorliving.com to find out more.
The temperature's dropping, and so are the prices at Bates Ford. We got some great deals for you. We got vehicles with rebates up to $10,000, 0 interest for 72 months. On the service side, we got tires with rebates of up to $140. We've got the work vehicle package, which includes an oil change and a tire rotation for the low price of $49.95. Come see us at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main Street, 444-8221, or visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
Coleman and Company here on this Thursday morning. Again, if you joined us late, Ruth Corral is here, better known as Miss Ruth, who is the county director for the UT Extension Office here. The Extension Office has a lot going for. There's really a lot available for people there, and you've been doing this for quite some time.
Going on 27 years now. Yes.
Well, I think I knew Mr. Ward, James E. Ward. I knew Melvin Arnett. I've known
Miss Jean Tyree, Glenda Booker, Connie Hamilton, J.W. McGuire, John Baker.
John Baker's who I was trying to think of. J.W., yeah, and now you. So
and
I guess
me,
you're about
yes.
the fifth that I have known who's been the county agent or the county director.
Right, yes. We have a tremendous history, okay? When you come in our office and look down our wall of people, okay, starting with Mr. Ward and Mr. Arnett, Mr. Bernard, okay?
Yeah. Oh, Wally G. Bernard he was a wonderful person.
Oh, my goodness
gracious. He never was the county agent, but he worked diligently in that office. And he lived right up here, adjacent to the radio station.
Yes, okay. And Mr. Bernard, okay, is remembered with such fondness by so many people across this entire county still.
I believe it.
And, he had a tremendous impact on our county.
Well, I digress sometimes, but that's because I'm getting old. What else you got for us this morning?
I can jump in that boat with you in terms of old this morning, Coleman. The next thing I want to talk about is Master Gardener. Okay. Master Gardener class, intern class, is getting ready to start, okay? Lucas is going to be starting that on January the 25th. So if you are interested in the Master Gardener intern class. Now, Lucas also has some lunch and learns, okay, which are not part of the Master Gardener intern class. The Master Gardener intern class is an intense class. I believe it's 16 sessions that they do. They're going to begin on January the 25th. And if you are interested in participating in that program, you really need to call the office, come by the office, look on our website. You can get the registration form off of our website as well, but you need to get that done quickly, okay?
Yeah, right. Even though, I mean, today is the 2nd, and you got a few days here, but it'll slip up on you, and you probably need to have it ahead of time.
And Lucas has a maximum number of people that he takes. My Master Beef class, I have gotten to where I do not limit that, okay? So it's not, I used to limit it. I like small classes, but I don't limit it anymore because people need to get that done, particularly if they are going to be participating in the Ag Enhancement Program. And the Ag Enhancement Program has done so much for our state. Now, again, I'm going to say thank you to Stratton Bone for getting that started, okay? It goes all the way back to Stratton.
I remember.
And we need to be very appreciative of that, okay? And our current governor is very strongly behind this, and we're very appreciative of that as well.
All right, as far as Master Gardener goes, there's been a lot of success with that. And I guess a lot of people who've been a part of this haven't been interested in everything about the gardening because you cover so much, but there's certain parts especially they have an interest in, and they come and learn and then learn about some of the other maybe that not as interested.
That is correct. Okay, of course the Master Gardener covers everything in regard to horticulture, okay, from soils to landscaping, insects, disease, the different types, the vegetable garden, the fruits, all of those things, okay?
Is there a cost for that?
Yes, there is, okay? And I can't tell you what that is off the top of my head, I think, but Lucas knows, and it's on our website. I want to think it's $150, okay, to attend that 16 session. Now, also remember, when you become certified as a Master Gardener intern, okay, that you agree to giving so many volunteer hours for that year, okay, and then also to maintain your Master Gardener membership, okay, you also agree to give so many volunteer hours each year. So it's not just a one and done.
Right. But to think about it, you've had a lot of people who've continued on, who've either recertified or whatever you do, continued on to be part of the Master Gardener program.
We have people who actually probably were in the charter class, okay, and JW did the charter class. Now, there's been a lot of changes with the Master Gardener program over the years in terms of requirements and so forth, but, okay, they have an excellent program. There's an excellent state leader, okay, she is nationally known, Dr. Natalie Bumgarner, okay, nationally known person that is over our Master Gardener program.
Well, it's visible in the community here because a lot of work that is done by those
and I am
programs.
so thankful for having Lucas on board because Lucas is so knowledgeable in the horticultural area. If you want to know a scientific name, okay, just ask Lucas because he can just roll it off the tip of his tongue.
Lucas Holman.
Lucas Holman, that is correct, okay? Not only a great horticulturist, but he's a great people person as well, okay?
Good.
Yeah.
All right, what else is
okay? One of the things that's coming up here soon, okay, this year, everybody's going to have to recertify for their pesticide certification. People who use restricted use or people who have commercial pesticide applicator certifications, okay? one of the things, now I don't have all of the information yet, okay, and don't have the training program yet, but everybody's got to recertify by June. If you are a commercial certified person, you have to have 18 points by June. Okay, that means that you have got to have attended some type of classes that give those points, okay, over a period of 3 years. You can't get all 18 in 1 year. They want this to be a continuing education. Okay, the private applicator, which is the thing that applies to most of our farmers who want to get certain types of restricted use herbicides or fungicides, okay, our row crop people and so forth, okay, they have usually a private applicator certification. So they only go to training once every 3 years. Mm-hmm. So, but that everybody's is going to expire in June, regardless, whether you're a commercial or a private applicator. So just start thinking about getting that training done before that runs out, because if it runs out, then you got to start from ground zero again, okay? Just keep it up to date. It's much easier to keep it up to date.
Well, I guess a phone call, or is there a website where this is available?
That information will be posted on our website, okay? As we get information, we don't have that information yet, but it will be posted there. But please keep this in mind. If you have either the commercial applicator certification or the private applicator certification. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that is coming up where you can get those points, okay, particularly for the commercial, and this is really geared toward the commercial landscaping type business person, okay, is what's called our landscaping short course. It is coming up very soon. It is January the 14th and 15th. It's going to be at the Rutherford County Extension Office facility, and you can get points, particularly for that commercial applicator. You can get points, and they have an excellent program.
Is that in Murfreesboro?
Lucas, yes, okay. In Murfreesboro. On John Rice Boulevard, okay? Just give our office a call if you're interested in doing that, because you do need to pre-register. There is a cost for attending the 2-day program, but they have some excellent topics, okay? Particularly geared toward the people who do commercial landscaping.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody needs you got to keep certified, and there's a reason for this, and certainly you want to know how to rightly use these pesticides, insecticides, whatever.
That is absolutely correct. Yes, and another opportunity, okay, particularly for row crop people, soybean, corn, wheat producers, okay? Those are people who have the private applicator. But actually there's a couple of herbicides that they have to be specifically trained in, and that's the use of dicamba. And the other is a new one that was added to that list this year is paraquat, okay, or gramoxone, okay? You're going to have to be certified to use those two before you can purchase those two. Okay. So an opportunity to get that training. I will be doing that training in my office, okay, as well when I get the materials. I do not have the materials yet to do it, but I will be getting the materials, and I'll be doing that training. But another opportunity for them is the Middle Tennessee Grain Conference, and that is on February the 5th, and that's at the Coffee County Fairgrounds. Okay, every year. We will have information on our website again about that particular thing. But not only is that an opportunity to get that dicamba or paraquat training, okay, but it's an opportunity to, again, hear people from the industry to talk about issues in that industry. One of the speakers they're going to have this year is someone to talk about production in a declining economy. Okay, you know, the prices of our grains have gone down this past year. Alrighty, so had a lot to do with our tariffs and that type of thing. And if that situation gets rectified, those prices might change. But we don't play in just the Tennessee market or just the United States market. We play in the world market. Mm-hmm. Even though we may be in Tennessee, we play in the world market. So everything affects the prices of our grains. But they're going to have a great speaker. But it's also an opportunity to talk with vendors, people who are in the industry, seed suppliers, equipment suppliers, those type things. Mm-hmm. Okay, they have a great trade show there as well.
Well, you said Coffee County. Is that in Manchester?
That's Manchester. Yes. Okay. And this is very easy to access. It's just off of the interstate in Manchester, the Coffee County Fairgrounds.
We don't have to go far to learn a lot there.
No, you sure don't. And there is. The people who plan that program do a great job of planning that program. They get together and.
We got 2 minutes. You got.
I have 2 minutes. Okay. Right. One other thing I want to mention. Okay, I'm beginning to hear a little bit about hay shortage. Oh. Okay, some people looking for some hay. We probably have some producers in our county that have some. So if give my office a call and we'll try to connect you with somebody in Wilson County. But if someone in Wilson County doesn't have it, an excellent resource is our hay directory. The hay directory is something that the Tennessee Department of Ag and our Tennessee Farm Bureau work on together. As a matter of fact, the Farm Bureau is the location. Well, actually, you can get to either one of them, Tennessee Department of Ag or the Farm Bureau. You can get to that hay directory, and you can find people all over our state. And if you go to the Tennessee Department of Ag, you can even look at hay directories in other states, people who have hay that is available. Now, as I said, we probably have some in Wilson County, and if you need hay, give me a buzz and I'll try to find someone who has some hay for sale.
Well, that's really nice. I didn't know that we went to that extreme to help people either sell their extra or get some if they've run out. Right,
yeah, and we want to connect people. We want to connect people with local people if we can, okay? Of course, now I'm out of the picture completely other than the connection, okay? So, but anyway, we do want to make sure that everybody has what they need.
All right, it's been a little bit different experience for you coming at 7:30 to 8 o'clock rather than 7 to 7:30, but we'll be back on schedule because of the holiday yesterday, but thanks for coming out this morning.
Thank you, Coleman.
Well, we appreciate all that you do for us and appreciate you being here to be one of my guests. You are one of the people you send each month, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for a Thursday. Join us tomorrow, and until then, I wish you a tremendous day.